Good evening. The Space Shuttle Columbia is in hot pursuit of a huge satellite to retrieve and home. NASA says it will take 14 course corrections to catch up with the wayward probe. The shuttle lifted off this morning after 3 weeks of delays.
Dick Versace knew his team would have trouble stopping Michael Jordan. 35 for Michael tonight, including this in-your-face slam and foul. But Indiana countered with a career game from guard Reggie Miller. Miller tossed in 44 points, most he's ever had, as the Pacers broke a 5-game losing streak, 120 to 113.
As a family, made it all worth it, you know, fighting Adam, going to court.
Going to jail?
For this, I'd do it all again in a second.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. You know, I'm sitting at my desk this afternoon, and I came to a conclusion. I'm already sick of the 90s.
Many times I thought I was crazy, times I thought I was possessed.
Do you know someone who's warm and friendly one day, hates you the next?
I couldn't decide who I was. I was like two different people. I was a good person and an evil person. I used to think I was a freak, you know, but I'm learning that there are a lot of people out there like me. Certain friends would know me one way, and another group of people would know me another way.
Borderline personalities on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
If you kept your news on tape, call Eyewitness News.
All week long, Mike Ryan is a buttoned-up, by-the-numbers, straight-ahead type of guy. But on the weekend, Mike likes to get into his Quad 4 Chevy Beretta GTZ, find a twisty road, and put it all behind him. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Everything naturally beautiful starts pure. For hair that's more than beautiful, naturally beautiful, start with the only conditioner that brings you Ivory purity. Ivory, it leaves no heavy buildup, just healthy, manageable hair that looks and feels naturally beautiful. Ivory conditioner, a pure start to naturally beautiful hair.
Now, beautiful hair is as easy as counting to 4. Introducing Rave Professional Hair Care. 4 new Rave shampoos, 4 new Rave conditioners, with a 4-point system that goes from light to deep.
I use number 1 shampoo for fine hair, with number 2 conditioner for body.
You're sure to find the Rave combination that's just right for you. For the first time ever, beautiful hair is as easy as counting on Rave.
Time on an all-new episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. The crew must stop a violent fugitive.
Security personnel, full alert.
He's a man-made killer, risking death for freedom.
He committed no crime. He's been programmed to be the perfect soldier.
No, the only escape is to destroy everything in his path on an all-new episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Saturday night at 7 on Channel 11.
Company 2. Better go back to the... Go wash it off. Wash it! Wash it off! Hey, what are you doing?
Get Muppets take artistic license in Sesame Street at the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
All 4 of you started off in Degrassi Junior High, and now you're in Degrassi High. Are there big changes as far as what is dealt with on the show?
We have a few new issues.
Such as?
We've dealt with abortion and divorce and driving.
Yeah. The Pentagon came out with the official civilian death count during the U.S. invasion of Panama. About 230 civilians were killed during the invasion. Some of the dead were looters or out-of-uniform defense force members. A spokesman says it hasn't been determined how the civilians were killed, whether it was at the hands of U.S. troops or Panamanian forces.
Corporate America watched with breath held as Wall Street took a sharp plunge today, the worst in 3 months. The Dow Jones average fell throughout the day because of a double dose of bad economic news. Wholesale prices are up, Retail sales are down after a poor Christmas season. It all added up to a loss of more than 71 points. The market closing just over 26.89.
Working to be the best they can be. Teammates, sponsored by the U.S. Army. Joe Montana and Jerry Rice turned Super Bowl 23 into their personal aerial ballet. Like no players before or perhaps ever again, Rice and Montana teamed to turn the tide of one of the closest Super Bowls ever played. When time ticked off the clock, the record book showed that Joe and Jerry had combined for 11 completions, 215 yards, and victory. Together, they made each other the best they could be.
Remote Control, now weeknights at 7:30, 6:30 Central. And if the contestants don't live through it, hey, sorry, pal, this is MTV.
An incredible 3-day million-mile chase through space. It ended with an equally incredible rescue. Astronaut Bonnie Dunbar extending the long robot arm of the space shuttle Columbia to capture the space program's most famous stray, the dying satellite known as LDEF.
We have LDEF. Congratulations on a job well done.
LDEF, or the Long Duration Exposure Facility, was headed for a fiery death in the Earth's atmosphere. It was launched in 1984.
Can a diet including MAZOLA bring cholesterol down? Here's living proof.
When I found out my cholesterol was over 200, I got nervous. So I cut back on saturated fats and cholesterol and used MAZOLA.
A clinical study with MAZOLA showed that corn oil was an important part of a lower-fat diet that reduced cholesterol an average of 17%.
With MAZOLA's help, I got my cholesterol down. I can live with that.
MAZOLA. Together we're beating cholesterol.
Now here's our second band for this evening. No Doubt and Up Yours.
A one-man army against a drug cartel.
You're crazy. That's what they tell me.
In an all-new episode, Sunday.
An accused drug kingpin is indicted by a Bibb County grand jury tonight. 32-year-old Jerry Jerome Anderson, along with 31-year-old Alfonso Green, have been formally charged with trafficking in cocaine. The two were arrested almost 2 weeks ago. Anderson is described by law enforcement authorities as being one of the area's most notorious drug dealers.
France.
Mr. Rock Hudson has acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
Tonight, ABC dramatized the Rock Hudson story, his career, his hidden homosexuality, his illness.
Everyone knows, don't they? It was on the news.
Reporter Randy Schultz has covered the AIDS story since 1982.
You're producing a movie. How do you get a deal to produce a film? Is that where the real money is, by the way?
Can be.
Yeah.
Can be. There's one way to get it. It's kind of the road I took. You just become the star of a television show, and then you say, I want to produce next year. Mm-hmm. And they let you.
Right.
But we did okay, so we got...
Tonight on America's Most Wanted.
There's no cop smarter.
He spent over 300 grand last 18 months.
Sexier. Or deadlier.
Killer. Come on, killer.
Than Sergeant Dennis Peck. Richard Gere.
You're going to jail!
Andy Garcia. Internal Affairs.
Why are these men smiling? 'Cause the Lakers passed the Pistons. The Knicks face the Bulls. It doesn't get any better than this. Next Sunday.
Annual Stellar Awards with Grammy winners Phoebe and CeCe Winans, Mom and Pop Winans, Bill Driscoll, Take Six, Denise Williams, Larnell Harris, Al Green, and a special tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The 5th Annual Stellar Awards. Monday.
Christmas tree, $250. Turkey dinner, $180. Gifts for
Spend
boys,
too much money on the holidays? Now you can save some at Burger King. Get.
Yeah, but when you go on like auditions
like the first audition, you're not that nervous because there's like 101 chance that you're gonna get it.
So you just sort of throw it away, right?
Like, yeah, because you can't like put yourself into everything or else you'll be too
Gotta
disappointed.
save something for the big show.
And also, that's a wonderful attitude to have. Your parents must have taught you how difficult this business would be.
Yeah.
So then when it came right down to the final auditions,
Then I was nervous.
Yeah.
We went to Vietnam not to destroy freedom, but to defend it.
The battle had two fronts. In Southeast Asia, the conflict was bloody, brutal. At home, the dissent was vocal, sometimes violent.
What do we want? Hey! When do we want it? Now!
A people in turmoil, a nation in ruins. Vietnam, the 1,000-day war. Saturdays at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
Now, even the worst arthritis sufferers don't have to wake up stiff and sore, because your doctor can help you find relief from the morning pain and stiffness that are often early signs of arthritis. Go off to see your doctor today and get a kick out of getting up in the morning. Pfizer, wake up to good mornings.
Manuel Noriega won't be leaving his jail cell anytime soon. During an hour-long hearing this afternoon, a federal judge in Miami said the former leader can't be moved without his approval. The judge also put off any decision on whether bail will be set for Noriega. Noriega is held for drug trafficking charges.
Never heat pasteurized Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
A lawman and a con man forced together to stop a murderer.
How to blow your head off.
Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson, pair of aces.
Noteworthy new music. Hear it first on MTV. Kate Bush. Michael Penn. Depeche Mode. Lenny Kravitz.
We got to let love you.
If it's new, it's here. MTV.
But I remember you. 'Twas not so long ago.
Football gave me great memories and some painful needs. I remember those smelly old-fashioned liniments, but time and training methods have changed. Today's trainers use Flexol 454, the aloe vera-based pain-relieving gel used by trainers in all major pro sports. And now Flexol is available to the rest of us who live with pain. I might just ask for my old job back. Flexol 454, it's a winner.
The doors to baseball's Hall of Fame swinging open tonight for two new members. Jim Palmer, the Baltimore Orioles' great pitcher, is one, and there's the other. Joe Morgan, what a career he had with the Cincinnati Reds, two-time MVP. He played 22 years in the big leagues, all-time record holder for most games played by a second baseman. As for Palmer, 19 years with the Orioles, 8 20-win seasons, 3 Cy Young Awards. Morgan and Palmer, the 20 and 21st players to make it in on their first try.
Do we have a clip of this?
I did bring a clip.
Great, let's take a look at the clip. This is Quigley Down Under, starring Tom Selleck, and who else is in the film?
Laura San Giacomo and Alan Rickman.
Okay, here we go. Take a look at this, folks, and soon to be appearing in theaters all over. This doesn't seem to be it at all, Tom. What exactly is this?
Well, that's Doug Flutie's Hail Mary pass, Boston, Miami.
You don't actually have a clip of the other, do you?
They don't exist. We just finished shooting.
This audience is full of sugar, so be careful. Don't make any...
Leatherface. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Pyramids at Chichen Itza.
Oh, that's the most fascinating place I've ever seen. How in the world did these people 2,100 years ago build something like this? That's an engineering masterpiece.
Chichen Itza is more than 100 miles from Cancun. A round-trip bus tour will cost you about $40. But if you're interested in history, this is one of the largest and best-preserved ceremonial centers in Mexico.
Come join the fun with director Gary Marshall, actress Diane Brill, and the bold and beautiful Jeff Conaway. With material like this, how can we miss? Pat is back.